Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm illustrious female fan, Steve Alicious here, and today I wanted to talk about the Galaxy Note series, one of my favorite series of devices. And I think it was either Reuters or Bloomberg had it that the Note series was going to be discontinued. There wouldn't be one as soon as this year. That was walked back a little bit. Samsung pretty much confirmed that there would be a Note 21, but I do believe that while the timing of the story may have been premature, we are on the road to not having a Note device anymore. The writing is on the wall. Get it? The writing, because of the Note with the... But anyway, there's two main reasons why I think the Note series is eventually just going to be phased out. But before I get to those, I want to talk for a moment. This might be a little subjective. Now, while the Note series is still physically with us here, we had a Note 10, we had a Note 20, we're going to have a Note 21. Spiritually, the Note as we knew it, what the Note series meant, went out the door after the Note 9. It used to be that the S series was for show, but the Note series was for dough. Whatever they could possibly pack into this thing, technically they did. Iris scanner. Yeah, the notification LED, which I think is fantastic. You had the rear-mounted fingerprint sensor, which I think is great. You had your headphone jack. You had anything that you could possibly imagine and want on a device, you used to get it in the Note series. If there was a way for them to keep the bezels the same, but put some sort of barometric instrument in here that would detect tornadoes, they would do it. Because that's just what they did. But when you got to the Note 10, and don't get me, listen, I love my Note 10. It is an excellent device and a magnificent performer. But when you boil it down, it's a glass slab with a pen. And that gets me to my first point. The S21 next year will have S Pen support. Now, it'll be interesting to see just how well it's supported. Will it have the same latency as the Note devices? Will it have the same suite of applications, things it could do as the Note devices when it's connected to your S21? I believe it'll be pretty close. It's not going to be the most elegant solution in the world. You're going to need an extra little holster or case or something to get the pen next to it. But I do believe they're doing that for a reason. Because you're like, why would they do that? You're going to give Note-based pen support to S users, and then you're saying, well, if the Note series now is basically design-oriented, they're just making a fancy slab phone, you'd have two of essentially the same thing. They might design them slightly differently, but when you give the S21 a pen, it becomes a Note. Well, that brings me to point number 2. Whenever the screen technology gets to a point where the foldable phones can take pen input on the screen without damaging the screen, that's it. The second the Galaxy Fold devices can have an S Pen on them, you're not going to see a Note anymore. You're not going to see. That'll be the last year that we have a Galaxy Note device. That's it. And it's eventual, right? It just seems inevitable that is the goal. You're going to have these beautiful big displays. When I do my Fold videos, there's always the comment saying, geez, I wish I could use my S Pen. If I could use my S Pen, I'd be buying 3 of them if I could use my S Pen on it. But people wanted to hold on to the S Pen, so they still go with the Note devices as opposed to the Fold devices. But the day is going to come when you're going to have those large 7.6-inch foldable displays. Maybe they brand it something different. Maybe it's a different form of the Fold. You're going to have the Fold original recipe for people who don't want an S Pen and then the extra crispy for people who do. But you're going to get it to the point where the goal is to have the foldable devices be your Note. And then you're going to have the glass slab. That's why they have the S21 with pen support now. The people who want their traditional Note experience, they're going to give you enough of that, perhaps, with the S line, that you could just use your S Pen on a nice glass slab if that's what you want to carry around. But for the people who are a bit more adventurous down the line, they're going to have the Fold devices. And it gives them, as far as a product pipeline perspective goes, it gives them someplace to go with the Fold series. Because when you're talking about it now, you're going to get lighter and thinner, lighter, thinner, lighter, thinner. Eventually you run to the end of the line of that, where it just doesn't become feasible anymore or practical, or the device becomes unusable. So that they need some place to go to keep the foldable stuff going. And I do believe the future of that comes with the S Pen and the eventual phasing out of our beloved Note series. But let me know what you think below. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We love talking about our Samsung products here. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.